Welcome to the TMR podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, push the notification bell, and like this video. Please enjoy the newest episode about WandaVision. So, welcome to the TMR podcast, episode 3. I have a very special guest with me, and she's actually, yet again, also from high school. And today we're going to talk about WandaVision, the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe series by Disney Plus. I guess it's the first one, actually. Before I butcher the intro anymore, I'm just going to let Sofiya actually introduce the series for everyone. So, Sofiya, please go on.
Okay, so the series is essentially about Wanda and Vision finding themselves in a sitcom kind of reality. And they kind of go through domestic life. They have kids, the domestic bliss and all that. And ultimately, it's a story about Wanda, her grief after Infinity War and Endgame, and how she goes through that and eventually becomes the Scarlet Witch. It's a really good series.
Yeah, that is the best synopsis that I've had so far. Yeah. Bar that I've had literally 3 episodes. So just, But,
good to know.
but yeah, I think you nailed it right on the money there. And I think we both sort of connected through being MCU stans. Like literally, I might be repeating myself here, but we didn't talk a lot in high school at all. Did we even talk?
It's funny. I don't even remember a single conversation with you.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's good. I thought you were going to say you don't remember me.
No. I remember you. Don't worry.
Okay. That's good to know, actually. So, it's so weird how that we didn't speak at all in high school, and we sort of connected through, I think, Endgame, or probably Endgame, right? I saw one of your stories. I was like, wait a minute, another person from high school who likes this kind of stuff? Like, oh, hell yeah.
I'm sure it was Infinity War, actually, because I sort of went a bit crazy with Infinity War. Like, I thought that was the best Marvel movie ever.
Yeah, definitely. I think we started, talking to each other somewhat back then, and then from then on, it's just been nonstop MCU talk. Every now and then, there's Star Wars talk and DCEU talk, but it's been largely dominated for the past 9 weeks. It's been dominated by WandaVision talk, and before anyone continues through this point, spoiler alert: if you haven't watched the finale or haven't watched any of them, or you're wanting to, just please go back and listen to it. Or not listen to it, watch it. Jesus. Okay. Right. So, what did you like about WandaVision, Sofiya?
Okay, well, to me, I really love any stories that have to do with in-depth character study, and WandaVision was basically an in-depth character study. That was it. And I mean, obviously it was a love story as well, which was done really well. But the character arcs, man, Wanda's story, her journey through through loss and grief and denial, and then acceptance, and then, becoming this really powerful being. And Vision as well. We got a really good story out of him, and I just it really struck me in this series just how good of a person he is, even if he's not a person. He's just such a good.
I think that's why he's so good.
Yeah, he's such a good guy with such a strong moral code, and this series just did that perfectly.
Yeah. I totally agree, and I feel that one of the good things about all this MCU series on Disney Plus is that we get a lot of background studies and character studies on the characters that we might not get to in the movies. In the movies, you're gonna see your Spider-Mans, your Doctor Stranges, your Thors and whatnot. But in here, you can just experience Loki, Scarlet Witch, Vision, Falcon, Winter Soldier. There's just like, the possibilities are endless. And I think I agree with you there that the character study, that's not debatable. I think that's one of the best parts of the show. Yeah. Especially the relationship between Wanda and then Vision, of course. I think that we sort of got that in Civil War, and Infinity War they already became a couple. And then she had to sort of kill him. Oof. But yeah,
bad times there.
This is so dark. This is so dark already. Okay, but she's lost quite a lot, and I feel that this is a great exploration into just grief. And then a part of me is sort of happy that at the end of the day, she was the villain of her own series in a way, that she held a bunch of people hostage and create a multiverse. Not a multiverse, her own reality. No. I wish I was here talking about the multiverse, but especially since I was the guy who was like, Sofiya, chill. The multiverse is coming. And then you were like, no, Tim, it's secluded. I'm like, dude, calm down. I got it. The multiverse is coming. But yeah, I feel like such an idiot. But no, going back to the character study, I think Vision also really stood out here.
Definitely.
We saw him quite a lot since Age of Ultron, when he's, gave birth. Like Ultron gave birth to him. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was created. Okay, yeah, sure. And then after that, we saw bits of him, and then we didn't know that he's a very nice robot. But
put that on
a humanized robot.
Very nice robot.
Yeah. Hey, it's sell well. So let's get commission for that. And no, but seriously, I think that this is this is a series where just he can really shine and be his own character. And there are so many episodes in the whole season where he's just showing off his acting talent.
Yes.
Particularly in the episode 4, I think.
I think it was 5.
The one with, maybe 5. The one with the Quicksilver reveal. And then again in the final episode when he says goodbye to Wanda again.
That was gorgeous.
Anyways, that was gorgeous. It was really well done. And I guess I like that part, that aspect about the show too. What about you? Anything else that you enjoyed about the series that you thought they did well?
Okay, sorry, you froze a bit there.
Yeah, it's okay. I never freeze. Well, I just did, but come on, Black Panther reference.
What else?
Okay, what else did you like?
Okay. Number one, obviously, that it's character driven rather than plot driven. I think, this kind of ties into it, but the acting, the actings are just fantastic in this series. Honestly, Elizabeth Olsen, for the last episode, wow. I was speechless. Yeah. That was a gorgeous episode. And in this episode as well, when they say goodbye to each other at the end,
oh, hell yeah.
I just think that, you can really, it seems so natural, the way that they speak to each other and the way that they kind of bounce off each other. It really feels like they're husband and wife and that they're a family. Just in the simple ways that they, show each other affection, the hugs and the kisses and the body language and all that. That was just done really well. Yeah. Also, the Scarlet Witch reveal. Can we go there?
Yes, yes, we can.
That was so good. Everything from the costume to the music.
The costume.
Yeah, the costume is wow.
God damn,
gorgeous. If I were a cosplayer, that would be on my list right now.
Malaysia, watch out.
She's coming.
2020, 2021, 2022, but she's coming. Goddamn. Okay, yeah. I agree with you in that aspect too. The acting was just above anything else we've seen from both of them in the MCU so far. Paul Bettany and Elizabeth Olsen in particular. I'd say Catherine Hahn deserves a shout for 6 or 7 episodes out of the 9. I think she did her job as this like nosy neighbor or stereotypical American wife really well.
But I mean, for what she was given for the last few episodes, she still did really, really well.
That's true.
She played the villain character really well.
She did what she can, considering that she doesn't know anything about the MCU. Like, when I saw the press interviews, she was like, "Oh no, my kids watch the MCU. I don't, but I want to make them happy, so I'm in this series." I'm like, "Oh, wow, okay." So it makes it all that more impressive. Props to her. So yeah, props to her indeed. And who else did you like?
Evan Peters was so entertaining.
Evan Peters.
He's so funny. Love him.
Kills me every time.
Really loved him.
Yeah. No, the sheer pain from that reveal still kills me. Oh man.
I don't.
We're gonna talk about that in the negatives. No. Yeah, but he was a great Quicksilver. Most of you may know him from the X-Men universe, and he was sort of in this universe as well. But finally, that wasn't to be, or maybe it's still a misdirection within the misdirection. So we'll see. But
I'm hoping that
maybe I'm just lying to myself.
No, I'm hoping that that we'll see more of that in Doctor Strange too.
Let's hope so. And aside from the acting and the character study or development, what else did you like about it? Okay,
so I think yesterday, or was it the day before, we talked about this, but I'm not sure. Like my train of thought has kind of changed since our last talk, because when I rewatched it, I actually really liked the action scenes. Yeah.
Right. The blasting and
I mean, not just the blasting.
I think that's the best they could go.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
that's the best they can do.
Like, if you think about it, she hasn't really, she doesn't know how to use her powers. So I suppose the only thing she can really do is blasting and minimal mind tricks. So I guess she did well in that sense, but more so in terms of, I suppose the family fight scene, when they all come down together and Vision says, I wrote this down. Your mother and I never really prepared you for this, but you were born for it. I thought that was a cool line, and I just wish that we had more of a an Avengers kind of montage. You know when. In Avengers, when Tony flies around and then you stop by and see what each character is doing in the fight. And it just kind of goes like that. I wish we had something like that just to see how they were working together to fight off all these villains. But for what it was, the rune thing at the end, that was quite cool. The throwback to Age of Ultron, that was good. Yeah, it was a decent fight scene.
Yeah, I think well, I know it's sort of indifferent for quite a lot of people, the fight scene, but I think the Vision versus White Vision fight scene was pretty good. And with the Agatha and Wanda one was, for me, I guess it was all right, but I didn't feel that they had to go that high up into the sky. It's just to show off all the CGI, yo, money,
and it looks cool. Then, that's about it. Yeah,
and it looks cool. It's red and it's all that stuff. And I understand she Wanda herself doesn't know the extent of her powers yet. And I guess what I can agree with you is that the Vision thing was awesome. I really liked that part.
And I really liked how Vision. Oops. You good?
Yeah, go on, please. I'm good.
Yeah, I really liked how I really liked how Vision White Vision, how he kind of stopped when not real Vision, I'm not sure what to call it, Hex Vision. When Hex Vision kind of told him that he's not the true Vision, and he kind of stopped and requested for elaboration. Like, I thought that was very in character and well done. Whereas like in, most other scenes, it would just be like, oh, I'm programmed to kind of like kill you, so therefore I'm gonna kill you and not listen to like logic or reason. But White Vision actually stops and listens, and then they have that whole conversation, which was really well done.
Yeah, that's characteristic of him as well. Like the fact that they put that in there just to be, like Vision wants to elaborate, because like I know it's like a revival of his dead body, of the part where I think Thanos ripped his stone out of his. Jesus Christ! The more I'm saying it, the more dark it seems.
It is very dark.
Rips the Mind Stone out of his head. Yeah, Jesus Christ! But I guess that when they put him back together, a part of him was still there, and it explains the personality of the White Vision very well. And then I'm sure he's going to play into the MCU at some point as well, for sure, regardless of whether it's in Doctor Strange 2 or in another future installment. But he's definitely coming back, and probably used as the vessel for the new Vision.
Yeah.
I mean, there's two sides to that. It's a good thing that Wanda's happy, and then she'll get what she deserves, like an ideal life with the love of her life and her kids. But at the same time, like I feel it's a bit cheap bringing him back.
I thought so too.
Because Infinity War killed quite a lot of these characters, and then now technically the only one that's staying dead is Vision so far.
No,
right?
Black Widow.
Oh no! Oh,
Endgame. Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I mean, Endgame, but yeah, literally, like, I think Black Widow has to stay there for the sole purpose of that. She's part of the Soul Stone now. Soul Stone. But aside from that, I don't like how they're bringing Loki back, and Vision is somewhat back, and Gamora is obviously back. Like, literally, they should stay dead.
I thought so too.
Yeah, but who knows? Because at the end of the day, we'll just have to wait and see what happens in Multiverse of Madness next year, which is like literally 365 days from now. Which is until we get another thing of Wanda. But is there anything else apart from that you liked? Or I can go into my thing.
Well, we
and you just sort of
we both agreed about this. The fact that Wanda's actions have consequences. That she's kind of like the bad guy at the end, and all these what do you call them? Townfolk. Yeah, characters.
Townsfolk.
Yeah.
Oh no. Jim.
Yeah, they're all mad at her, and they don't forgive her, and fair enough, their whole like lives were kind of invaded, and their thoughts taken away from them.
Out of nowhere. Like that's one thing we don't get in some Marvel movies, is that like consequences.
Yes,
with the Sokovian Accords back in Age of Ultron, when they literally lifted a whole city up to the sky and dropped it back down. Like, we only got that through Zemo, who tried to separate them in Civil War. But then, like, apart from that, like, their actions don't really have consequences. But I feel like this one, like, they're angry at Wanda, and they're going to remain angry at her, because it's going to be a big thing now that she just held these people hostage for quite a long time against their will, and tortured them with her memories. I'm interested to see where she goes from here, but I think she's going to be sort of an anti-hero, more so of a hero.
Same. Yeah.
So which is interesting. So yeah.
All right. Over to you.
Yeah. Right. Sweet. So I got a few things that I actually liked. The main thing that I like to point out is probably just how good the chemistry is between Elizabeth Olsen and Paul Bettany. Like, all the episodes is literally just them, like, acting the hell out of the role. And I feel that regardless of whether it was, episode 2, where it was like drunk Vision, was it? And his assistant, or even the final scene where they say goodbye. Like, I still think that it's a really like well done moment, well acted moment, and I feel that like, how many times do you have to say goodbye to the person you love?
Yeah.
Like, and then I think Elizabeth Olsen just portrayed that really, really,
She
really
did.
well. And yeah, I think this Vision as well, that he was accepting of his fate. And then the last line, I think, was a good piece of writing. We've said goodbye
Yes.
before, so it's not something say,
Yeah,
to
I
say
loved
hello
that.
again. I'll be like, damn, that's good. That's good. So the whole thing, regardless of whether we got a Mephisto reveal or a Doctor Strange cameo or not, I'm just happy that we just saw Wanda and Vision just, living ideal lives and becoming a family. You know how I feel about the two kids acting, but
Yeah.
I think that the part where each of them tuck their kids in, that was really sweet, really well done as well. Like, thank you for choosing me to be your mom. I was like, oh my goodness.
I wonder what I wonder what that line means though. Like, I'm so glad you chose me to be your mom. Or thank you for choosing me to be your mom, sorry. Like,
I mean, we'll have to see later
Yeah.
on. Like, because in the comics, literally these two are like the product of Mephisto.
So then
It's a deal that she
they're
made
not actually
with
her like
Mephisto.
birth children.
Well, in the comics, no, but in here, it looks like they're going that way. That she is their actual mother, and then Mephisto is going to be revealed down the line. I mean, at least I hope so. But yeah, I think that was just all in all, the family dynamic of it was really well done. Another thing that I liked was actually episode. The 70s episode was all right, and the 80s one was also pretty good. And then I feel that the fact that they sort of, okay, this is going to become a negative later on, but right now, I sort of like what they did with the side characters, and they're all from different franchises. Like Agent Wu is from
Ant-Man.
Ant-Man, and Darcy's from Thor, and I think, and Monica's just from Captain Marvel, right? And I think that putting them into this team where they have to break down the hex and something is a good way to just show off the more like the side characters of the MCU, because these guys are like talented actors, actresses. And another thing that I really, really liked was actually, I'm trying to think, like, the best moment of the entire series for me was the part where we get the flashback where everyone comes back from the snap. It was from Monica's point of view. Yeah, at the hospital. Because the only thing we sort of got from this Hulk snapping everyone back was in Far From Home, when it was more of a comedic thing, like people appear out of nowhere and they just bump into each other like, hey, it's funny. But with this one, it's like, it's chaotic. It's like people appear out of nowhere into hospital beds, and like we don't have the capacity, all that stuff. Like, it was insane. It was easily like the best scene of the entire show.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Like, I really wanted to see that, like, and just more of that. And of course, I'm a nerd. Like,
that's why we're here.
Ridiculous. Yeah, literally that's why we're here talking about movies, particularly the MCU. And then, like, basically whenever I just hear these like name drops, Ultron, Thanos, all that, I'll be like, oh my god, yes. And I think that that's what I liked about it. I was supposed to like more, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to stop here. The shade, the passive aggressiveness of this podcast, man.
You're so salty. Oh my gosh.
I'm so salty, man. Like, I was actually going to like get a bowl of salt and just
Wow.
put it on my table.
That's extra.
Yeah, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm really salty. But I decided against that because it would be too lame. Just like the finale. Hey, but yeah. So it comes to the part where what part did you not like about it?
Okay. Let's see. The lack of a multiverse reveal. Like that for me is number one. Because honestly, I remember when I saw Evan Peters come onto the show, I ran downstairs and I told my mom, watch the new episode right now. And then she watched it, my brother watched it, and they were both like pretty confused about like why I was so excited about it. And then I was saying, like this guy's from X-Men. This means like the X-Men universe is coming over and like Disney's bought the rights and all that. So yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then
I was going to slowly disappear from frame.
There's no mention, nothing.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with just like a small mention of the possibility that this is what's happening. But no, he turned out to be Ralph. Like it really was Agatha all along. Like that's
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I think like the more you tell that story to me, the more guilty I feel, because you were just literally going with the flow up until I just like, hey, there's a multiverse coming, and then you were like, what, really? And then I was like, yeah, Mephisto, all that, Doctor Strange, all that, and you were like, oh God, I'm ready, I'm so ready, and then I'm just like, I was just watching the finale thinking Sofiya is gonna be so mad at me, but yeah,
dude. To be fair, it wasn't just you. It was New Rockstars.
Thank
it
you.
was Emergency Awesome. It was all these people on YouTube. Like, oh my God.
I mean, yeah.
Sorry to name drop.
I remember you telling me. Yeah, I remember you telling me like, you're just gonna go with the flow. You don't want to know anything about the comics or the theories and all that stuff. You want to sort of, just live in the moment. And then I was like, no, dude, come on.
I played myself.
The possibilities are endless. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna keep quiet now. Even when Falcon and the Winter Soldier comes out, I'll be like, I know nothing.
Let's just see how it goes.
Nothing's yeah. Not even gonna try now. I think I agree with you there too. The lack of multiverse at all, because I think the reaction by everyone on the YouTube compilations just speak volumes, because people are like, holy shit, this is the X-Men universe crossing over to the Marvel universe, and then it's gonna explain how at the end of this year we're getting all 3 Spider-Men in like a multiverse. And then I don't know how they're going to explain it in time. For me, I think it's borderline impossible, especially given the fact that Doctor Strange comes after Spider-Man. And then how are you going to rush to explain everything while sort of having everyone appear from different universes?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it's just a bit of a letdown for me, because they were, hyping WandaVision up really a lot. I know Paul Bettany's thing was a troll, like saying,
oh my God,
he wanted to act with this guy his whole life.
I was so mad about that.
Come on, man.
I was just like, Paul, I really thought that you were like, leading up to episode 9, I was thinking, nah, he didn't troll us. Like, there's surely somebody. Surely it's going to be like Doctor Strange, or like, I was hoping for even Magneto.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, yeah.
Yeah. That would have broke the MCU, and then it would have cemented their Disney Plus series as something to watch, just like The Mandalorian did when Luke appeared. And then they were like teasing a Luke Skywalker level reveal. Like literally, that was a quote from the actors.
Really?
Oh my God, it's Doctor Strange. Yeah. Actually, and I was like, okay, I'm so ready for this. And then when the whole episode happened, I'm like, it's coming in the end credits, man. I mean, Marvel, come on.
Yeah,
end credits.
I was hoping for that too.
Yeah, it's gonna be there. And then I was like, okay, that's not Doctor Strange. But the last one's gonna be Doctor Strange. I was like, okay, wait for it. Oh, it's still
I mean,
okay.
Technically we got a little bit of Doctor Strange because I mean the astral projection and
Yeah.
somebody pointed this out on TikTok actually. The music that is used when we see Wanda, you know, reading the Darkhold.
Yeah.
That's actually Doctor Strange's theme. So.
Yes, it is. It is. And I mean, I guess that's Kevin Feige's way of saying like, he's here, but he's not here. Like,
come sooner.
I mean, come sooner. Just you know, it was actually supposed to release like I think WandaVision was supposed to be this March, and then like the moment it finishes, Doctor Strange was supposed to come out.
It
But
would have been so much better.
To the filming or whatever.
Yeah.
Now we got to wait a whole year until we know what happens.
Yeah.
So, is there anything that you didn't like about it? Aside from
the
disappointment.
I just think that they honestly like put in too many story arcs into this one series. Like obviously the multiverse is one. Like they just like smash that in there. And what else? There's White Vision, which like we basically just saw for one episode. There was Agatha Harkness and the whole like magic reveal. We didn't see enough of that.
The Salem witch trials.
I really think that we didn't like. She's such a like from what I've read, a great character in the comics. And she has like a really interesting like backstory, and like, you know, magic itself in the Marvel universe has it's really rich and has like a lot of lore. But we hardly see anything of it in here apart from the runes and the Darkhold. So I really, really wish we had a bit more of that, and you know that Agatha's motive was just a little bit more than like, oh, I want power.
That disappointed me really badly. Like I think she was really hyped up after the whole Agatha All Along song. Like that actually went to the top of the iTunes charts or something, and then it has like millions of views on YouTube. Like everyone was like, "Oh, this is so catchy."
It was, to be fair.
I was like, "Okay." And then when it was revealed that that she wasn't, you know, anything more so than just like a crazy power hungry witch, I was like, she's literally, you know, counter Wanda, like. And then, which is, I feel it's something that Marvel does quite a lot, which is most of the villains are like the counter versions of their heroes. And then I don't feel anything, you know, too attached to them. And then I guess that when something like a Thanos comes along, or a Killmonger comes along, that I feel that, this is a really good movie. Like, because I honestly thought that the age of badly written MCU villains was over, but I guess not. There's still time for her to grow, because she's being kept in this body or whatever. But
I do hope we see her again though, because like Catherine Hahn, she was brilliant. Like she really was.
Yeah. I think she blurred the lines of pantomime villain and like normal villain quite well. Right up until the last episode where she went full on pantomime villain. Like I can just imagine her like laughing at the script, like I have to be evil.
I was really annoyed at all of the like, she said a lot of no, or like please don't. No, that was really badly handled. Like no, and then I'm like, oh come on, like, we've had enough of that, guys. Like
we've had enough of that. Like just accept defeat, because considering how Thanos went out, he went out like a boss. Like he just sat and accepted his defeat. Like and then Killmonger's like, you know, bury me beneath the sea with my brothers and sisters. I was like, now that's good. Like that's a good death or whatever, a way to be defeated. But Agatha was just so 90s 80s ironically version of like villain gets defeated. So what else did you not like aside from that?
Okay, well, too many story arcs. We also had Monica, which we didn't get enough of. We had Hayward, which we didn't get enough of. We had Billy and Tommy, who were kind of just there. We had Jimmy and Darcy as well, and they were just there as well. Yeah, a lot of characters were just there. Which I don't know. I mean, like, you know, why introduce
slightly disappointing
that many characters? Like, just keep the story tight. Like, keep it condensed. I think they would have done really well if they hadn't introduced so many plot points. Yeah.
Like, I think you hit it again, really, really on target there with what you just said, because cramming all these characters in, at first I thought it was going to branch out to different realities and all that stuff, and then I was like, okay, this is why they're here, and it's going to affect everyone in the MCU, and that's why there so many characters from many different movies are here. But turns out that they're just there because, you know, Marvel had to find a way to explain the hex or whatever, which is a bit disappointing for me. And I guess that the whole thing behind these you know, characters being part of this is just because I guess that Marvel had to fulfill a contract. I don't know, like, you know, they make people sign, like, you know, multi-picture deals, and then they'll be like, hey, Randall Park or Kat Dennings, you gotta come fill your role here. I'm like, and so that's what I'm a bit irked about. I think for me, one of the biggest downsides of this whole thing was just the missed opportunity of it.
Yeah.
This was literally the chance to just, like, you know, make a statement with your series. Because if you say that Marvel TV series have as much importance, if not more, than the movies, then this was your chance to do it, because it's with Wanda, and then she has the power to create a multiverse, and then you're doing the multiverse, and then you play it really safe, which I don't like. And then it's just sometimes we get some of those things from Marvel, and then I feel that one of the worst things about the finale that I just absolutely hated was the Quicksilver reveal.
Yes.
I was like, no. I think all the PTSD is coming back to me, because I was the only guy in the whole theater in Iron Man 3 just really pissed off with the whole Mandarin reveal.
I can imagine.
And I could imagine that, like, after Kevin Feige, you know, he got that feedback, like, people are pissed off, like, oh yeah, we won't do that again. And he's doing the Mandarin in Shang-Chi, so, like, he's correcting what he did wrong. Yeah, and then out of nowhere, he gives us a, you know, Ralph Boner reveal. For God's sake, I can't believe I'm saying that. But
I was just thinking, like, why cast Evan Peters? Why is he there specifically?
Yeah,
like,
was this just troll? Was the whole thing
I'm
for the lulz?
hoping that it's not, because obviously Doctor Strange 2 is called the Multiverse of Madness, so, like, I hope that they're coming in, and also, like, Disney's bought over the X-Men, right? So yeah, I'm hoping. No.
I mean, there's still hope. There's still hope. Like, I feel like I still have a faint hope that he's Mephisto, because, like, he says, like, oh, I'm here while the missus is out. And all that stuff. And then Agatha was sort of, you know, married to the devil or something. But in a way, I think it's just, regardless of how you look at it, it's just a missed opportunity. And White Vision just flying off was hilarious. I was like, he just got yeeted out of the hex. Like,
I know. You know, and he did that right after he said, I am Vision. That's
so hilarious.
Thinking, like, okay, if you are Vision, go to your wife, like, go to her, help her out, you know, like, stick around maybe, look for her during the end credits. I don't know, just come back. Like, you've got your memories back.
He's gonna come back. Yeah, he's probably gonna come back when it's, like, most appropriate to do so, when Wanda's in danger or something. I mean, it's lazy writing, but what are we gonna do about it? And another thing that I didn't enjoy about it is that I guess how the whole series comes together as a whole now. Like if you watch episode 1 to 9, it's just like, why are you putting so
Build up.
much
Yeah.
build up, like and thought provoking, weird, spooky scenes that like suggest something far worse than just uh Wanda being Wanda. Just like I don't get it. And then I feel that just everything to do with Agatha in the last episode was just really
Yeah.
disappointing, because she was just the most generic villain like ever.
Yeah, I really wish she had a better motive. Like you have Catherine Hahn at your disposal. Use her.
Yeah.
Like even Jake Gyllenhaal, like what's his name, Mysterio. He wasn't like the most interesting villain of all, but like he was still really good. Like
he made his role worthwhile, I guess. Like I think that with all these talented actors, you just give a villain with motivation, more so than just lol, I'm evil, I want that power. But
yeah,
I guess
honestly,
that
it makes me sorry.
Yeah, no, just go ahead.
No, I was just thinking, it makes me think of Mads Mikkelsen in Doctor Strange, and he was the most boring villain ever. Like
Cassilius.
I
almost forgot that name.
Like I think the only thing that made that movie like worthwhile was just the visual effects of everything, like the whole kind of magic study, and Benedict Cumberbatch, obviously. His acting was incredible. But yeah, that was another thing that I wish that we got more out of here. Like we know that Marvel can do really, really cool action scenes, and magic action scenes in particular, because of Doctor Strange. Like we've seen that. And while I enjoyed like the action scenes as a whole, like the magic ones kind of let me down. Because we know what they can do. Like we've seen it.
Yeah, it's literally just purple power with red power and just dueling back and forth, which is, I understand, it's a bit disappointing.
Yeah.
So that's what we didn't really like about it. So I think it's time to get to the ratings, I guess. What are you going to give it?
I still think that it deserves like an 8, honestly. Like overall, just because of the performances. And I feel like, honestly, episode 8 carried the whole series. Like, for me. That was such an incredible episode. And to be fair, I think if we didn't really sort of like dig into it so much, we might have like liked it a lot more than we actually did. But I've spoken to quite a few people about the finale, and they loved it. So I do think, and then when I gave it a second watch, I realized actually there are so many reasons to really like this series and think that it's a solid addition to the franchise as a whole. So that's what I'm giving it.
Okay. 8. Wow. Okay. Personally, I think that there's quite a few people who like it, and at the same time, I've talked to quite a few people who got really disappointed with the finale overall, because I guess that they expected more, like we all did, and I feel that if it was a series that was released like literally all at once, it would be more positively received. Because it's the anticipation that kills you. It's the hope that kills you.
It's like with Stranger Things, right? Like you release it all at once, literally. People are happy. Like it's fine. Like just imagine if Stranger Things 2 was released week by week, and then we got what was it? The second last episode where 11 just like, goes off and has her like magic adventures.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then we have to wait another week.
Don't bring me back to that.
No, I think we would have hated that. So
Yeah, exactly. So for me, I'm gonna push it to a
Mhm.
7. I'm gonna push it to a 7. Like the inner saltiness in me is going to give it a 6, but I was like, nah,
Wow.
no, one bad episode doesn't warrant like 7 or 8 solid ones. So I'll give it around that. And like if not anything, just for Paul Bettany and Elizabeth
Yes.
Olsen's chemistry alone, I think that deserves a good rating. It could have been an 8, it could have been a 9 for me, but I feel that it was just a bit too safe. And yeah, I know at the end of the day, it's a somewhat solid addition to the MCU, but I feel that it could have been like a statement
It could have been.
or
It really
something
could have been.
much more than a series just to exist, like which is the complaint with a lot of Marvel movies, is that it's set up for another, team up movie down the line, which is I feel what this movie is. I mean, no, this series is. Yeah, so solid 7, I guess. Just for that alone. And yeah, I think I'm not gonna theorize anything anymore when it comes to the rest of the series this year. And if I talk to you, I'll be like, "Did you enjoy the episode?" Like, yes. Let's talk strictly about the episode. Nice cinematography, right? I'll be like hiding in my cave.
Yeah, I mean, like.
Anyways, yeah, I understand. Yeah. Well, I think I guess I have to thank you very much for being on this podcast.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. And as I said before, I'm going to deliver my promise. Sofiya has a YouTube account, so I will leave the description in the comments in below if anyone reads my comments.
Someone will.
And
one person. That's all I need.
And okay. And yeah, she does covers of songs. And yeah, unfortunately, I've banned her from singing today. But if you want to see her sing, just please go to that link over there. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to my channel and this video. Sofiya, thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the future episodes.
Yeah,
all right,
let's do
sweet.
It. Nice conversation.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.